Very common question, what are my top supplements to boost your fasting results? Okay, who doesn't want or desire to maximize your results from fasting? Probably no one, right? Here are my top picks, my top 5 for boosting your intermittent fasting results. First and foremost, green tea. I wasn't even a tea fan before I started fasting, but now I'm a huge proponent. We know that there are ingredients inside the green tea. They're polyphenols, they're rich and help boost fat oxidation. You don't want to miss out on these benefits. You can also get some of these from coffee. I'm just not a coffee fan. One of the things about tea that's really important is that fairly inexpensive tea can be full of contaminants. So you want to make sure you're finding something that's organic. I enjoy the Pique brand teas. We'll drop some links below to get some discounts. As I mentioned before, it's really important that you source something from high quality. And unfortunately, tea leaves can be highly contaminated. So you want to aim for something that's organic or properly sourced. Number 2, my next favorite intermittent fasting supplement is Berberine. It's a plant alkaloid compound that has dated back to 3000 BC for its therapeutic benefit. So it's got a long history of being of benefit to our health. It helps activate a pathway called the AMPK pathway and helps with insulin sensitivity. That's one of the main benefits. It also reduces cell proliferation and growth, helps reduce inflammation, and there are some reports of anti-cancer benefits. Really easy. You can take one with a largest meal of the day and see how you do. I track with a CGM so I can monitor my blood sugar throughout the day. It also has some antimicrobial benefits, and there's some research to suggest that you can potentiate some weight loss. As I mentioned earlier, it's usually 500 milligrams a day taken with the largest meal of the day and then strategizing from there. Again, I am a nurse practitioner, but I'm not your nurse practitioner. So make sure that you discuss this with your healthcare provider. You want to be careful using Berberine if you have a history of hypoglycemia or low blood sugars, brittle diabetes. You want to watch drug interactions and avoid if you're pregnant or nursing a baby. Next are medicinal mushrooms. And so I think about things like reishi and cordyceps. What I really like is this company, Four Sigmatic. They have this mushroom cacao mix. Obviously, this is something you would not be consuming while fasting. You can consume it during your feeding window. They also have this other reishi. Reishi mushrooms are known to stimulate the immune response and specifically natural killer and T cell responses. In this product, it's designed to be very calming. It has some adaptogenic plant-based compounds that can be very nourishing. Number 4, electrolytes. Anywhere you see me on social media, I will scream it from the rooftops. It is absolutely critical and non-negotiable that if you are fasting, you are using electrolytes. We know that we lose sodium, potassium, magnesium, bicarb, phosphate, and chloride just through normal living, breathing, defecating, urinating, sweating, etc. More so if you are on a low carb ketogenic diet, and absolutely if you're new to a low carb ketogenic diet and fasting, you want to be replacing electrolytes throughout the day. So you actually will lose more sodium or salt through excretion through the kidneys. So you may be urinating more frequently, wondering why that's happening. Oftentimes it's related to the breakdown of glycogen, that's stored sugar in your muscles. So we know that electrolytes have a lot of beneficial properties, including they provide membrane potential for the nerve, heart, and circulatory system. They're also food-based sources are important too. So I always encourage people to be consuming potassium-rich foods, to be consuming magnesium-rich foods. And so my favorite products are my own electrolytes, Dynamic Electrolytes, you can find on my website, and we'll include links below, as well as Element, which is Rob Wolf's electrolyte product. And the other brand I really like and trust is Redmond's. So lots of options. Both Redmond's, Element, and my own, they have unflavored varieties, and then they also have flavored varieties with stevia. And you want to add salt to your diet. My favorite is Redmond's kosher salt. We keep it on our stove. We add it to just about everything. Last but not least, my 5th favorite supplement to include with fasting is MCT oil. So this is a medium chain triglyceride. It's processed very differently in our bodies than other types of fat. It's very easily digestible. And this is where you have to be cautious. Some people can start with a teaspoon, others can have a tablespoon. There's something called disaster pants, and I'm trying really hard not to laugh and giggle, but you want to avoid having that happen. So go low and slow. We know that this improves satiety hormones, specifically peptide YY, high in leptin. And interestingly enough, we know that people that consume MCT oils consume 10% fewer calories than longer chain fats. So things like avocados and nuts. It can also help support ketosis, so using fat for fuel. And interestingly, there's also some antimicrobial properties in MCT oil. Recall it is derived from coconut oil. And this is my favorite brand. You can get this on Amazon. It's Natural Force. It's pure C8 organic MCT oil. And obviously this is the only size it came in last time I ordered it, but I actually prefer this over some other varieties. So curious to know if you are using any of these in your fasting practice. Let me know. We'll drop links below for some discounts on some of these brands.